Hey friends, hey Justine. I am Jana with J. Marie Design and welcome to Tuesday Night Shenanigans with Scrappiness, and we're doing Christmas in July. How are you doing, Justine? I'm glad you're here.
Hey friends, hey Justine.
Oh, I got two.
I am Jim.
We don't need to hear that again. All right, I think I got everything good to go. All right, so we are doing Christmas in July. And what does this have to do with Christmas in July? Well, he's going to be a little Santa Quokka taking a vacation in July. But if you live in a tropical place, maybe Santa doesn't come when there's snow on the ground. Or maybe you live, in Australia and it's the middle of summer when it's Christmas time. So Santa would totally be wearing swim trunks and drinking a tropical drink on the beach, right? So I'm going to be using, and I've done most of my die cutting already, and we are going to do some coloring, and I will show you what I'm going to be using. So this is the Tropical Island Getaway die set, and all of the links are listed in the description box below. They are my affiliate links, which is no cost to you. It just kind of helps out a little bit, but it also helps Kat kind of track where things are coming from, like whose clicks are being used. So it's a good way for the business to track as well. So this is the Tropical Island Getaway die set, and it's really cute once you get it all put together. It's really fun. And then this is the pop-up box. So we're using the pop-up and the waves. And I've got those cut. We are using this Quokka dude here because he's my favorite from Summer Quokkas. But this one would have been super cute too. And then we are using the Santa outfit, well, the Santa hat from Christmas Costumes. And this is just a like Quokka add-on. The dress-up Quokkas, you can put the little costumes on them. It's so fun. It's like playing paper dolls. But first, I want to show you a card that I made this week. And still sticking with the Christmas in July theme. And this one is using the Nativity die. And I ink blended the background and then did some splatters. And there's some sparkle on my star and on my little angel. And then I die cut this again out of like paper that looks like glitter and put it there. It's not actually behind. But I thought this was so pretty. And I haven't put a sentiment or anything on there because I haven't found the right one yet. And some of my splatter stars are a little a little giant. I got a little overzealous on my splattering until I figured it out. And then it looked really good. And then I did draw on, you can see them when I turn it, some extra little stars and dots that actually do sparkle, but only when you kind of shift it in the light. So I just wanted to share that one with you. That may come up at another time on another live. We'll do a different background. So, but I wanted to show and share that one. And tonight, and I have been practicing and practicing and practicing this dang background that I want to do, and it's using a cloud stencil. This is one that I actually cut on the laser cutter, but there is a cloud kind of a scene builder stencil set on katscrappiness.com. So you can find it there. But let me show you the pieces that I have. We're going to color first, and then we will build our little scene. Let me grab my turntable, and we're going to there we go. Let me get him situated to where I can color. That might be too close. My camera might freak out for a little bit, but it'll be good. So I have my markers pulled out already, and I will go back in and list my colors after I'm all done. So for the quokka, we're going to be using the E30s. And I wish I had some, you know, like little soothing music that I could put on while I color, but I don't. I'll need to look into that. So I'm just pulling out, I have like E30, all of the odd numbers from E30, E31, up to E37. And I'm actually on this one, usually I start dark to light, but on him, I'm going to start with my light first because I want to keep this area here light, like where the sun is hitting him. And he's getting his little quokka tan. So we're going to start real, you know, the E30, which is the lightest of the 30s. And then I'm just going to kind of give him a little spot on his belly that's going to be a little bit lighter. And then I go inside his ears. And he looks really funny right now. Oh, and then I'm going to do the bottom of his feet, because his feet wouldn't be seeing any sun. I got to tape down my little guy. I think there's a couple other people live or getting ready, or that are live, so maybe we'll have some others jump on here shortly. If not, hello replay. There is always the replay. All right, so now we're going to come back with we're just going to start building our colors. And I'm going to start, how dark do I want to go? We're going to go 35 up on the top. And kind of down here underneath his chin. And then along here where his swim trunks come up. And then chin and his arm. And we're just going to leave that dark. And then across the top of his sunglasses. He turns out super cute too. But yeah, just anywhere that there's a little bit. I only did 1 foot. Let's get his other foot. And I think I have that zoomed in way too far. Let me fix that real quick. There we go. All right, so we are going to come with our E33 and kind of blend this out a little bit. And I'm going to come under his glasses with this lighter one, not the super dark, and across, and where his little straw is underneath there. And then we'll blend this out. And then the bottoms of his feet. And then I figured that these are his little chubby quokka legs here, because he has little chubby quokka legs. So that's what I colored it as, that they were just his little quokka legs. And then I'm going to come with my 37 and just bring that shadow in a little bit, and then where his swim trunks are and kind of the bottom of his feet. And then we'll just kind of build back down and blend this out. And down here. And then I just step down. Just keep going down and down. There we go. And then our really light. And this one I will do like multiple layers of shading, just to get it to blend, because it goes from one extreme to the other. There we go. So has everybody had a good week? We've had our typical thunderstorms and whatnot, but been a good week. Starting to get into the when it gets really hot here. There we go. All right, and he needs some rosy cheeks. I'm gonna come in with some R20 because you know he's been chilling in the sun, so he's got some red cheeks. And then we need to do his nose. All right, let's do his shorts, which I'm going to start again with my light, which is my R14. And I'm just going to kind of get a base layer down. and then our really dark. Hey Brian, I'm glad you're here. We're coloring our summertime quokka, summer quokka. And then let's do his glasses. He's gonna have some red glasses. We'll come in just a little darker on those. And we're gonna blend there. Oh, I forgot his tail. Let me get his tail real quick. Thanks, Brian. There we go. That's better. All right, I need to darken up just the top of his nose a little bit. And then we'll do his little lawn chair. And give his little lounge chair. All right, and then we're gonna switch to the E40s for his chair. And it's just pretty much 40, 41, and 43. And I'm gonna start with 43. And just kind of where his body's leaving that shadow. My eraser, the 0, because I went out of the lines. There we go. And we got to color his drink, which he has some lemonade. And then we need to do the lens on his glasses, which is just a really light blue. And that is pretty much it for him. And then let's do his hat real quick. And this is the Christmas costume add-on. are you doing, Brian? I'm sure it's hot as heck there too. Because it is here. It's hot and kind of humid. Kind of really humid. And we're just going to shadow what would be the white just a little bit. All right, let's come in with our white pen, and this is the Jelly Roll 8. Make sure it's working, and I'm just gonna do a little bit of highlight on his hat, his glasses here. Then I'm gonna color like his little strings for his swim trunks. And then because, you know, he's got his sunscreen on, we're going to give him a little, you know, zinc oxide on his nose a little bit. And then I need to do his ears. I need something lighter though. And we'll leave his little tooth. Oh yeah, are you getting the thunderstorms? Oh, right now? Which means we'll probably have them in a little bit. We've had some crazy thunderstorms. All right, let me zoom back out. There we go. I think my cup of markers is, there we go. Adjust my light a little bit. My lights are kind of weird. Let me... All right, I think that's okay. And in the magic of preparation, we have our little Christmas quackadoodle, which is the same, but I fussy cut him, and y'all don't want to watch me fussy cut because this took me forever. So we'll save him and do another one. But here is our little Santa, and he's ready to go. So then I'm going to be using the pop-up box one, which Brian did a really neat card using the same die set. Not this week, but last week. Sorry. All right, we're going to do a little bit of ink blending. And let me just find my paper. I love a good thunderstorm. I know, but I don't have those dies. So I had to fussy cut. Because I'm all about using the dies and not having to fussy cut, because that is not my favorite thing to do at all. All right, so I am using the Simon Hurley inks, and I have Slippery When Wet, Traffic Cone, and Rosy Cheeks, which is basically a light yellow, a light orange, and a light pink. And this is going to be my sunset kind of, but we're also going to be doing clouds. So these are my sunset clouds. So we're going to start with a yellow. Yeah, I would call it cussy cutting because, one, my hand, I do not have tiny little petite hands, as you can see. And so any of the scissors that have, you know, the little fine point snips for fussy cutting have little tiny finger holes. Well, my fingers don't fit. And by the time I get done cutting, it's giving me like big old red marks on my fingers from where I hold on to the scissors. So yeah, I'm just not a fan. And we're not we're gonna kind of shift them back and forth a little bit. So we're not doing clouds like all the way across. We're gonna do little bits and pieces. And we're just going really, really light with the color. Just kind of so that we have the essence of a tropical sunset with some, you know, some little clouds just hanging out. That wasn't quite really light, but it was a lot lighter than I've done before. All right, then we're going to come back this way. And we're going to come in with our pink. And then we're going to do just a little bit more pink on the top. And then I'm just going to kind of blend a little bit to soften out those cloud lines. And we'll come in with our orange. And then our yellow. Yeah, I would have dyes for every single thing because I'm just not a fan. All right, and again, because you guys don't need to watch me die cut a bunch of little pieces, through the magic of television. There we go. Hey, Delise. It's storming where Brian is too. So here we go. We've got our little pop-up base, but I wanted it to have sky. So we are going to use, this is our little sunset. And I haven't assembled this, so that I probably should have practiced that part. See, this is where I was practicing my clouds and I just wasn't happy with them. So this is our very soft sunset clouds. I'm glad you're here, Delise. I hope you are feeling a little bit better and you found something to eat that sounded good. I like it when my friends don't feel good. Yeah, that took a lot of restraint to do gentle blending because that was probably my 4th try there. All right, let me find my smusher and some parchment. Okay, now I need to do a little dry run to, I'm trying to put the glue stopper back in my glue. There we go. Oh, spaghetti sauce. That sounds good. We're having salad. All right, so let me get my, oh, I got to put together my palm tree. I did make one. So here's my palm tree. And it's dimensional. I curved the things up. So let's put this together. Actually, first, let me do a little bit of ink blending on the side here. Let me use my new fancy, ooh, yum. That sounds good, Brian. Brushes from Cat. Look at their pink glitter. And we're just going to come up kind of the dark side of our tree. I love these brushes. I got the little detail ones too. All right, there we go. Put things back where they go. Otherwise, I will end up with no space left on my desk. All right, let's start with our palm tree parts. This tree is so cute. This whole set is so fun. We are going to take these two and a bone folder from Cat. And there's little embossing lines here, and I'm just gonna kind of go up and down here. And I did put this on, it's a piece of foam. I think it came out of my Misty. And give them a little bit of curl, but where they come down the middle. So you just follow the die embossing line that's already there. And then it just kind of bows them up just a little bit. So we're going to do both of these. And you could use, you know, like a stylus, a ball, like I have some styluses that have a like ball on the end of them from my clay and dot mandala stuff, and so those would work too. But this works. Thank you, Brian. You are on it. I appreciate that. All right, let's build a palm tree. You like that pencil one? I haven't used it to score yet. I don't think I've had to do any scoring. I have all my like card bases. I sit and watch videos and cut them out. All right, so let's get this laid down here as our kind of base tree layer. And then this one is next, and I'm only going to put glue right here in the center because I want these leaves, palm fronds, to stick up. And you can come in and shape them as you go. And then we're going to do our little middle one. There we go. So now we have our two little dimensional trees. And then I've got my pieces here. So I've got from the add-on for the pop-up box, I have the waves. And then this is his little island. So let me start with putting these on at least one side. So I can figure out, and this would be one of those cards that you would hand to somebody. I don't know that it would be mailable. All right, so let me just put some glue on one side. Trying to stay out of that fold line. There we go. All right. And then we're going to come back with our next one that we're going to give a little space. I hope it's cute. We might not be on very long, but that's all right. No, I want this up further. And then our last one. So, no, gotta move this one back down. Nobody's gonna see it, right? I probably should have started on the outside and come in, but I didn't. It's one of those days. You hear pirates singing in your head? Well, maybe Santa is, you know, in his time off. Maybe that's what he and the reindeer do. They, this one is giving me trouble. It's a struggle bus tonight. I'm driving. Hello, I'm Jana. I'll be your driver. There we go. All right. Then we need to put his little island on. And this one I am going to mark with pencil. Oh my gosh. Pirate quokkas. Yes. Pirate quokkas would be the best. I got it. We got it. All right, and we're gonna right there. So when you look at it that way, it's his little island, his little tropical island. All right, and then we've got Santa and his drink and his two palm trees. I love, you know, it's funny, and I do this all the time. When I am putting together cards, they crack me up. There's times where I'm putting it together and it's just funny. Yes, I do need a shark. That would be good. Even, oh, you know what though? I got you, Delise. I got it. I got an idea. All right. He's chilling in his, let me find a piece. Hold on. I got it. I got it. We're just going to draw a little shark fin. So let's see if I can draw. I don't even know what a shark fin, I mean, it's just a big triangle, right? Right? That'll work. All right. So I'm going to cut anyway. And I don't know why I drew that like right in the middle of the paper. I gotta trim off some of this paper. I can't cut when there's a lot of extra paper. Shark. I'm gonna totally blame creative, that one on Delise. I mean, that's a giant shark, but I need to do a little ink blending on this. We're just going to use what's left on our little brush here. Oh my goodness, that's hilarious. Oh my gosh. All right, so flip those over. Let's get our trees on here. And I was trying to find... Because it's Santa Quokka, but he's such a cool dude. I mean, even the one that was the surfer dude would have been fun. All right, so he's kind of in the shade of his palm trees. And we're going to put this one kind of a little bit. There we go. Make sure it's still, no, got to give it a little bit more tilt. All right. Now we are going to put these on. Trim. Again, probably should have started with the other one, but that would be Abner. Barkin', barkin'. Oh my gosh, the shark Delise. That kills me. Well, I would like to thank everyone for hanging out. Even though it's been kind of a mess, but fun. I just, I do this to, 1, go live, 2, play with my katscrappiness stuff that I have, and 3, hopefully inspire somebody along the way. Oh my goodness, I doon 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 doon. I probably should have put his little island down farther. And I could come in with another row of waves. I could come in with a couple more rows of waves and put in there to make up for where my space is off. But yeah, so we've got the pop-up box with the wave add-on, Christmas costumes where we use the Santa hat, the summer quokkas, and he could have had Mrs. Claus with him, but there wasn't enough room on his island. And or he could have had this one, which you could do another one and dress it up like an elf. And then we use the tropical island getaway. But I think I will, I think I'm going to cut a couple more layers eventually, and I will tuck them in and up just a little bit higher to fill in the space where I kind of messed up. This is one of those cards I'm just going to pull apart a bunch of times because this did not go where it needed to go. Do you guys have cards like that where it's like you're determined to make it work, but you got to do a little bit of refining along the way? All right. And I am going to add some more. I'll add some more waves. All right, there is our Christmas in July Santa. Oh, I have to show, I don't think Delise saw I think it was just Justine. So there's Santa, my Christmas in July Santa, and I will repair his island. Oh, I do it all the time. I will work on a card if I'm determined enough until I get it to like work. All right. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Love it. All right, so another card that I did the other day, I was playing around with some ink blending, was the nativity background. And I just ink blended, I splattered. Some of my splatters were a little overzealous. And then I added some sparkle to the star and to my angel. But I thought this one just turned out really sweet. And then I drew with my sparkle pen some stars, but you really only see them when you go. Hey, Shanna! How are you? So here is our card from today. Our Santa Quokka on his tropical island with his friend the shark. Or it could be a dolphin, you know. I like to think of it as a shark, thanks to Delise. The nativity one I did the other day when I was just in here playing around, and I have loved this die. I think is so pretty. And there's so many things that you could do with the background, and I was just practicing ink blending because I'm not very good at it. And so, I mean, this ink blending took me forever. So here is our little Santa. I need little ornaments hanging from his palm trees. But that might be a bit much, you know. we don't want to go over the top on this. But I'm going to add, I think, one more row of waves right up. I'm going to take the tab off and just put them right up against his little island. But there's the dimension. You can see the dimension on our palm trees. And here he is with our Santa and his lemonade with his shades on. And, you know, he's still got his hat on. He's got to protect his bald quokka head. But he's just chilling in the tropics. A bit much. Yeah. I'm going to go in there and fill that in. But yeah. So thank you guys for hanging out. This was kind of a shorter one. Yes, please do the YouTube's things. Hit the like button, subscribe for notifications of all the lives or all the videos that are uploaded for Catscrappiness. Brian will be live on Friday afternoon at 12 Pacific, 2 Central for his our Fun Fold Friday. Are you doing Fun Fold Friday, Brian? Brian did a really cool Fun Fold this last Friday. That was really, I was super impressed with how quickly he did it, but just the look of it was fantastic. But anyway, thanks for hanging out, y'all. I'm gonna go eat a salad and drink some water and probably watch some TV. But I appreciate you all so much. Thanks for being here. I will be back next Tuesday with another Tuesday evening session of shenanigans. I appreciate all who joined and those on the replay. Take care. Remember, be kinder than you need to be. You never know what someone's going through. Much love, y'all. I'll see you next time. Bye.